experience.
Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here in Jerome, Arizona. We've been traveling around to a lot of the old Wild West towns lately around Arizona and really getting a feel for it. And it's crazy because, you know, Tombstone, Arizona was super free. They were still in like the old style cowboy kind of attitude, independence. Bisbee, not so much. And so far, since we've walked into Jerome or drove into Jerome, beautiful views all around, very rugged territory, but literally a sign saying you have to wear a mask in Jerome. Like what? Walking down the street? We're gonna find out. We're trying to find the freest places here, the ones that are still independent. Let's see what we see. So, as I've said in past videos, people can do whatever they want. I really don't care. People wear masks. It's just when you're forced to by the government, that's where you cross the line. And I don't think a lot of cowboys way back when would have been happy about being told to do such a thing. But I think a lot of these towns it's mostly tourism that's pushing this kind of agenda forward for the most part. Though again, Tombstone was very resistant. Now I know there's very few people actually living in Jerome to this day, and obviously with the tourism industry hit, I'm guessing a big part of their economy is tourism. I do see quite a few places closed and boarded up, which is very concerning to me. When we walked into town or drove into town, the first thing we saw was a Black Lives Matter banner. I'm not sure exactly what the attitude is here yet, if it's more touristy or more cowboy independent like Tombstone. So it's really hard to say. We're gonna try and find out in our short time here, but absolutely beautiful town that I'm sure you could have a lot of fun in if it weren't for all this insanity that's happening right now. So far, this is an absolutely beautiful town and beautiful views, and just take a look off the background there. You just have all of these places situated, I might add, perfectly for the boog, if you know what I mean. But really beautiful town, beautiful old West buildings. Some of them are just shells of the old buildings, which is super cool to see. I'm gonna see what this looks like from up here, if these stairs hold. Probably not supposed to go up here, but I couldn't help it. You can see the old shell of this building, and it's just consumed by trees and foliage and stuff, and you just have to wonder what that used to be and who used to live there and what used to happen there and how fast nature claims what man lays out. And really, it's a lesson that a lot of us can learn a lot from, considering this last year with the whole coronavirus stuff. Honestly, if anything's gonna teach us a lesson, it's that nature knows best. It always does. So we've been going all over Arizona. We just came from Prescott. We camped by Prescott. We went through Tombstone recently. We went through Bisbee, obviously all the places in between. And being here in Jerome, it's a beautiful town. But Tim, I mean, what do you think? The first thing we saw when we got in the into the opening road for the main street here was please wear a mask, and it also said Black Lives Matter. I mean, obviously, it's not quite, I'm not sure, it's first example that I see here, but is it really a Wild West town anymore? Are there still cowboys here that are living among a bunch of lefties, or what's going on?
Now, we haven't interacted with any of the town people yet, so I don't want to, give this, throw the baby out with the bathwater with this. But right now, I mean, it reminds me a lot like Bisbee, where, this old mining town that's, surrounded by really rough and tumble places, like in Tombstone. Bisbee is right next to there, but it was not a continuation of that. And then this is very close to Prescott, which actually like the first, like Virgil Earp and Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday originally set up shop in Prescott, and then built a Palace Station, then went over to Tombstone. So Prescott actually, it's the world's oldest rodeo going back here. And then, but now, you travel, just like 15, 20 miles away. Granted, it was, beautiful, beautiful drive
deep
up
through
here.
the mountains.
Yeah, deep through the mountains. Highly recommend the drive up here. And, face masks required. Yeah, I see people walking around here, over here with face masks, and just disheartening. I know also like Maynard from Tool lives here as well, and I think he kind of definitely strays more to the leftist side. So I don't know if that's any indication of how things are. But yeah, I think that the powers that be just want to go after all the small town, the rural, rugged individualists, especially out in Prescott. We saw where the CDC and different, I mean, not CDC specifically, but different health, county health people, inspectors, they were definitely under big time fear. They weren't really enforcing it a ton there. But
the health inspectors in Prescott were going like door to door trying to shut down restaurants and even places of business, their bars, Whiskey Row, and then obviously even going to banks and trying to shut down the banks. So I mean, it really goes to show that these people are under attack. I don't hold them to blame. They're under attack by a lot of big government type people that are coming in. Bank of America was shut down for a health violation. So I mean, really, we're in a situation here where we have these really, again, rough and tumble kind of independent places, and then you just have people walking around on the street by themselves with masks on because they were told to, and it's easier to be comfortable than to go against it, though I know most people are against it despite the fact that they're wearing them. And on top of that, you have like signs, government signs, spending a ton of money stolen from taxpayers that don't have jobs anymore, telling people that they have to wear them or else get fined or possibly get arrested. Just like crazy stuff, even though it's just a mandate, not a law. Anyway, we have some educating to do, obviously, because it's crazy to see the small towns get hit so hard. It's in some ways almost worse than big cities because they're easier to maintain and coordinate. I hope it ends soon.
Fire off.
So there's definitely a city council ordinance that was passed regarding masks, telling people that they had to wear masks. Again, government has no right to tell you what to put in your body, what not to put in your body, what to wear, what not to wear. Again, when are people going to set like a bottom line and say, I'm not a slave, I am a free human being, and I'm not going to be pushed around like cattle to the slaughter. Especially after the CDC came out with numbers that showed that this whole thing was nonsense, and that only 6% were actual cases of coronavirus. Not just people who happen to have it when they died from other things, like heart attacks and stuff. Especially with the decades, with hundreds and hundreds of tests and studies, scientific studies, peer-reviewed, that showed masks did little to nothing, and in some cases for the person wearing them made it actually worse for them. But we're not allowed to say that on YouTube, so make sure to hit the like button and find us on the other social media platforms linked below. But this is getting so unbelievably insane. We did see an InfoWars sticker though here, which was kind of funny. But again, remember guys, when we lose small town America, that's when we lose America. At least the freedom the remaining freedoms that individuals take pride in, though they're taking less and less pride in it every single day. Remember, my friends, government is organized crime. Rule yourself. Stop being walked all over. Humanity is more important than dictates of people who depend on your enslavement to survive. Humanity is more important than that. We lose just basic humanity by not being able to see each other smile, by not being able to see each other's faces, and by being so scared that we'll accept the most tyrannical rules because some guys in lab coats said there was a problem and that we had to submit because of it. Don't submit, stop submitting. Be free and live by example. And of course, living by example tends to be very uncomfortable at times. Well, risks are uncomfortable, but they're the only way you make new discoveries and have good experiences and sleep at night sound, knowing that you're doing what you want to do in life and you're not living by someone else's rules. P.S. I'm not attacking anyone in the town. I'm sure it's filled with awesome people. I think it's a tourism industry that's hurting it while obviously being a big part of the economy. I'm not attacking the people, I'm attacking the government, and people have to remember that. People always say when I go after China that I'm going after the Chinese people. No, I'm going after the government, and the Chinese people are the biggest victims of the Chinese government. So just keep that in mind. It's not an indictment of you, it's an indictment of crazy, out of control central planning, government, organized crime, and power-hungry, insane psychopaths. I would still highly recommend going to this town outside of this COVID stuff if it's still around after all this insanity, because this could kill a tourist town very easily, and I already see the signs of it. A lot of places shutting down and a lot of jobs lost. It's insane. If only people realized how many people will starve, go homeless, possibly die because of this, maybe they wouldn't make such rash decisions based on control-freak governments. Liberty dies in darkness, my friends. My friends, it is go time. We are completely demonetized on YouTube, and we depend on the viewer to stay alive and spread the message of freedom and truth. So check those links below. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribestar, anything you guys could do to help keep independent media alive helps enormously in helping spread this message to the masses. So make sure to check those links. Donate to our Bitcoin address on the screen or below. We really appreciate anything you could do to keep us alive. You could check those links below for Cointree as well, where you can find other cryptocurrencies that you can donate and keep WAM alive. Find us on flote.app, flote.app, as well as BitChute and LBRY and Minds. We're on all the other platforms. We are leaving YouTube soon, so make sure to find us at those sites, because it's the only way we can keep talking to you, the masses, the great people that actually care about the future of free humanity. Also, join our new newsletter at www.iamband.com. Anything helps at this point, guys. We need to support free information online. This is the most difficult time in our history, and it takes a lot of hard work to keep our message alive in the face of great evils that have taken over the propaganda news on television as well as on YouTube, where YouTube decides what you can or cannot see. We need your help, my friends. So I really appreciate anything you guys can do. Check those links. There's many ways you can help. Until next time, though, thanks, everyone. This is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.